Hi, my name is Max Sadaka, and this is my brother. And we are entering the Fetchest Fan Contest. We got to go to the first preview because my brother was coming out for spring break. And so we decided that it would be awesome to go, and we were able to get tickets, and we saw it, and we absolutely fell in love with it. So much so that we went back again 2 more times, and I went back again myself 1 more time. So in all, I've seen it 4 times, and my brother has seen it 3 times. We did this in various ways. I got tickets to the first preview when we saw it and we loved it so much. We decided we had to go again. So we decided to do the Wednesday rush. We decided to do the pink rush on Wednesday mornings. So my brother and I went to CVS and we bought everything pink that someone could wear from the store. Here he is to tell his story.
Hi, I'm Josh Shidaka, the brother, and while other kids spent their spring breaks lounging in the sun or partying or sleeping, I spent mine by going to the August Wilson Theater at 5:30 in the morning and standing out in the cold of New York winter for 4.5 hours in order to see Mean Girls a second time. I saw it on the first preview and immediately took to it so much. I loved it so much, and I told my brother I had to see it again at least one more time while I was there. I had an amazing experience waiting outside the theater. I made some good friends, had a lot of fun, surprisingly, and got this awesome pin, which I put on my Mean Girls beanie, which I wear and love. So that's the basics of the story.
And then the next day, we were going to try and see another show with our friend. So we decided to try the Mean Girls lottery. Well, we didn't win. But the lottery guy is awesome. Like, awesome. And we had cancellation and we hung out with him and we were all able to see it. So that was how we all got to see it that was how my brother and I got to see it 3 times. Something fun that happened during the third performance that we went to when we did cancellation was my brother and I were put in between 2 reporters that were doing some early reviews of the show. And one of them straight up asked me if we were planted there because we were raving about it so much, because we wouldn't stop saying how amazing it was, because the people behind us and in front of us heard that we had seen the show already and wanted our opinions on it, and we said that this was our 3rd time, and we just kept going on, and the reporter lady was seriously like, "Are you a plant? Like, were you put here on purpose?" And then the next week, I was back in the city, and I went to go to the theater across the street to check something about tickets, and it was around the time of the Mean Girls lottery. So I was like, why not try the Mean Girls lottery? There aren't high odds that I would win because there are a lot of people, but, you know, it's worth a try. And to my surprise, I won. So I got to see it this time from the front row, and that was so awesome. Something really cool about being able to see a show, especially in the first 2 weeks on Broadway, is that because it's in previews, it was constantly changing. And so being able to see every performance and see what they were deciding to change and what they decided worked and didn't, and how they were shortening the show and what parts they were keeping and all that, it was so awesome to watch. And that's one of the reasons why I would really love to go to opening night, because I kind of got to see part of the evolution of the show, and I'd like to see where it has ended. At the show, my brother and I got merch. I got the Mean Girl shirt and the Mean Girl sweatshirt, and I also got the Mean Girl shirt that says Wednesday. I also got this poster. As you can see, this poster is signed by a whole lot of people because I stage doored every time. The first show, it was raining and snowing, and people were throwing eggs at us from the apartments across the street. But we still staged doored, and I got a whole lot of signatures that day. Didn't get a lot of pictures. And then we went back Tuesday because the show we went to got out earlier, and the people there weren't stage dooring. So we went back, and I got pictures with most of the cast, and then we stage doored every other day. That's how we got so many signed playbills. Which is awesome because I love stage dooring and getting to connect with the actors, especially these actors, because they all came out and they were all so sweet and kind and talked to all of us, and they recognized my brother and I, and all of them deserve Tonys, honestly, because all of their vocals, first of all, are killer. Like, you're going to be sitting there and you're just going to be gagged by the vocals. And their acting is incredible. I personally, Gray Henson's portrayal of Damien means a lot to me because I see so much myself in that character. I see, and that's not something that I usually get. Like, that musical theater nerd isn't usually the not twink gay musical theater nerd is not portrayed as much anymore, especially not on stage. And so to have a character like that in a show on Broadway that I know so many kids are going to get to see is awesome and very inspiring to me, because I really feel like I finally have someone that I can really relate to on stage rather than like a stereotype that I have to fit myself into. And so I think that that character is going to mean a lot to a lot of people, and it definitely meant a lot to me. And getting to talk to Gray after the show was fantastic and amazing. I also, because I'm a huge Broadway nerd, love the creative team. All of them are geniuses, and I love all of their work so much. And so I made an effort to meet them, and I actually got pictures and autographs from all of them. Something cool on that happened to me was that my brother and I, when we were waiting for cancellation tickets with our friend, Jeff Richmond, who of course wrote the music, passed by, and we asked him if he would sign a playbill, and he said yes. And we got to talk to him for like 5 minutes, and he is the nicest, most amazing dude, and he wrote this amazing score. And then the next week when I came, he remembered me, and he also remembered that I had said that I was trying to get the creative team on my poster, and he remembered that, and he was like, "Did you get Tina yet?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Do you want to?" And then he brought me to her, and so I got to have a whole conversation with her, and I got a picture with her and Jeff, and she signed some playbills for me. I also have Casey Nicola on there and Nell Benjamin. So I have all four of these names down here have a signature on here, as well as the entire cast. And I'm really proud of that. So, because my brother and I liked it so much, we decided to start a fan account on Instagram. I followed fan accounts for a bunch of other shows, but I never made one before. So, this is kind of my and his first forte into making a fan account. And so, the fan account is called Orange Lover, but it's spelled the way Karen spells it. And here is my brother to tell you more about that.
Here is the fan art that I made. I decided to go in the style and aesthetic of the show, in that a lot of it is drawn and then filled in, much like the set and backgrounds are drawn and filled in by Janice, and I used the same colors and the style of the marketing, and I'm really proud of it all.
I don't think there's any specific or particular thing you could nail down as to why I love the show so much. It's just the whole thing in general. You know, as a theater geek and an actor and playwright and techie, and my brother is all these things as well. Like, we were just nerding out over the entire thing. And if I got the opportunity to go to a Broadway opening, and especially the Broadway opening of my new favorite show, I think I'd just have a heart attack. And for the first time in my life, I think I'd actually be speechless. Yeah, and I am just so thankful for the opportunity that you guys are giving for us to show our super fandom and the chance to possibly participate in what will be a historic event in Broadway history.
So, if by a miracle my brother and I are picked to see the show, I live in New York. My brother lives in Dallas, but we do have a way that he could get out here for it. And because, like I said, I am Damien in real life for the most part, I already have an outfit picked out. I have this amazing rainbow jacket that that changes color when you rub it, and I think that it is totally fetch, and also totally something that Damien would wear to a show opening. And so if we win, you can fully expect me to be there in that jacket, which I think would be an amazing once-in-a-lifetime experience. I've grown up doing theater. Theater is my safe space. Theater is what I love more than anything in the world. I've been doing it since I was 2. And Broadway has always been my dream. And so getting to go to a show opening would just be so amazing for me, for my brother, and just an experience, especially with a show that we have watched since the first preview, to get to evolve, and we've gotten to know the cast a bit, and we've met all the creative team, and I have been supporting the show and very active on social media supporting the show. And so I think that my brother and I really are the Fetchest fans. I don't know if this is what you meant by a video submission, but we did want to give ourselves a chance to say how we are the Fetchest fans, and that we have been to I've been to the show 4 times, he's been 3. We have not stopped talking about it to our friends. I can't stop talking about it to everyone. Everyone I go to, I'm like, go see Mean Girls, go see Mean Girls. It's so good. I'm in love with the show. I can't wait for the cast album. I've already pre-ordered it, and I'm so excited, and may the best fan win. It'll be totally fetch.